Good morning. Welcome to Ramblings with Joe. That is some strong coffee. And this is a strong cat. This morning I am trying for the first time Watchstander from Eubora. It is notes of dark chocolate and tobacco. So, let me take another sip. I know some of you folks don't like to hear me slurping, but this is a new coffee for me. After you swallow, which probably is an indication I don't have enough air with the coffee. This sounds kind of gross, but Mr. Hoffman taught me how to do this, so I'm going to do it. I like this coffee as much as Rwanda. It has a very, very strong taste. It has, I don't know if I'd call it chocolatey, but there is definitely a taste of something in there that I can't put my finger on. In the tobacco taste that's mentioned on the excuse me, the tobacco taste that's mentioned on the label, that's definitely there. Occasionally I smoke a cigar, and that's good coffee. This is really yummy. I don't, you know, I'm just doing this for fun, but I'm going to tell you about this Watchstander. Notes of dark chocolate and tobacco. It is fair trade organic. It is whole bean coffee, dark roast. And of course it's from Eubora. Roasted right here in Augusta, Georgia. So, I have a new coffee. And it is delicious. It's really good. Okay, I'm gonna put the coffee aside. It's kind of hot too. I made the coffee, then I did some chores. I did yoga this morning because trying to get my feet back on track. I have to start doing some physical training on it. Therapy. I have to do some physical therapy on the foot. I'll call the closest physical therapist here and see what their schedule is. I have a really wonky schedule. It's going to have to be in the morning. It's that simple. It's going to have to be in early morning, probably at like 7:30 or so. And I got to find a physical therapist that will work with that schedule. After I've had these medical problems over the last few years, can't really afford to take a lot of time away from work. I mean, retirement is looming large. And as we age, our bodies naturally kind of come apart. They just do. They just start every injury that you're incurring to your young bodies now, you're going to feel it later in life. You can minimize that by exercising regularly and not doing what I did, obviously. Anyway, that's my short-term plan for my physical. So we've had such a rainy time of it this June. Yesterday when it came time to cut the grass, I cut the front yard. If we don't get any rain today, I should be able to cut the backyard. The backyard's it stays a little bit wetter. This is not really going anywhere. It's just on my mind. And I will get to the backyard, hopefully today if it doesn't rain. It does not look good though. I have not looked at the weather. So yoga, I don't know if you'd call it tender or sensitive knees, but for me to get down and up has always been an issue in my life because my knees hurt so bad. When I put them on the floor, Maybe there's a technique and I'm just doing it wrong and have my whole life. I'm still learning things. Like I've said a million times, when you stop learning, that's when the real problems start. Hey, Raja. What's up, little girl? You want to come over here and say hello this morning? Raja. She's my knee kitty, but it's gotten hot in Georgia, and I have started wearing shorts. She don't like shorts. She likes to be able to dig her claws into my pants. She also likes to knock over gimbals, so we're going to put her down. I don't have anything specific to talk about today, as you can tell. I've just been kind of rambling on. I am excited about this new coffee. It's very good. The wife is still on a break from coffee. She had a cup, I think, 4 or 5 days ago. I hope she can have a cup of this. I think she takes 10 days. Yeah, she should have plenty of time to have a cup of this. It's very delicious. So I haven't really been delving too deep into the news. My schedule was kind of topsy-turvy yesterday because I was watching our HOA meeting, which I'll just leave it as I was watching the HOA meeting. It's a strange thing for me living in an HOA. I lived in a townhouse for a number of years, and obviously that was an HOA and very close living, and I did not like that at all. I didn't like that a bit. I've either always lived in the country or for a short period of time while I was in high school, my last 2 or 3 years, I lived in a similar neighborhood to this, although no HOA was involved. Small town. This is very, very strange to me. HOAs are they're the smallest form of government. They really are. From here you move up to, in our case, county. Some places you might move up to your town or to your city. But in our case, it goes from HOA to county to state. And the ability to see why we have so many problems in our country, it starts right there at this level. You can see it just as plain as day, exactly why our nation is so divided. And everything you see on the national stage takes place on the local level. And honestly, kind of sucks. It really does. I am very appreciative for the time I spent on the HOA board. I'll never do it again. It's too small. I know that doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't make any sense that a libertarian would move into an HOA neighborhood. On the other side of that coin is it was my choice. I signed the contracts, I knew what I was getting into, and I made the decision that the ups were worth the downs. But the HOA, you can see on a more personal level, on this small of a scale, I think there's over 600. I know exactly how many houses there are in this neighborhood, but let's just go with there's over 600. And the idea that you can see the national politics in the individuals of an HOA board kind of blew my mind. My last little bit that I spent on the board was kind of miserable, and I began to realize why. And when I fully understood what was going on and who the people were that I was dealing with, I immediately resigned. I can't be a party to that situation. Well, number one, I don't abide dishonesty, and I'm not going to put up with any dishonesty, especially not on that level. Not when there's hundreds of thousands of dollars involved. I'm not putting up with dishonesty. I will not put up with unethical behavior from anybody around me. If you are unethical, let me know so that I can move on. Well, they let me know, so I moved on. Like everything in life, there's an expiration date. And the board for the HOA has an expiration date. We will see what happens at that expiration date. We'll see what turn of events takes place. It's important. You know, here's the thing. You cannot talk to some people. It is more important to be on a winning team than to explore personal growth and realize when you're doing something wrong. With some people. With other people, you point out you can't, some things, and they immediately explore that. And they can grow. But some people just, there's no growth available to them because their minds are closed and they cannot see that what they're doing might be wrong. And that starts on the local level, that starts on the individual level, and then it just blossoms all the way through the city, county, state, right into the federal. So if you're one of those people who knows that what you're doing in the line of thought you're following, in the political group that you have participated in, I want you to know you're wrong. You've been wrong, you'll be wrong again. I don't know if you're wrong about that specific thing, but you're wrong. We all are. It happens. We get misled. We get taken down the wrong path. Attacking other people to prove that you're wrong is a weakness, not a strength. Darvo is a real thing. We've talked about that before. Hey, that's my cat, Baggy. So, when I realized what I was seeing within that HOA situation, it was time to go. It was making me miserable and my life miserable and my family miserable, and there's no need. There's no need. You can disagree. You can have disagreements that you're very, very emotionally invested in, and still get along with the people who you're disagreeing with. There are many personalities in this world trying to suss out the personalities and the political beliefs and the individuals who agree with you, and shunning or disassociating yourself from other people. Well, when you create an echo chamber, remember it's a chamber and you're the one stuck in it. So I'm going to leave it at that because it's Tuesday and it looks like rain, and I'm going to bring my raincoat to work. Well, let's hope it saved that video because I'm not doing another one. I forgot to turn off my alarm again. Very seldom do I wake up with an alarm, but I forgot to turn that one off. And when the alarm goes off, the video stops. And I can't remember if it saves the video or not, but I'm about to find out. And anyway, here's to an ugly blue shirt, to a fantastic Tuesday. I hope you guys have a fantastic Tuesday. I hope that we can move together as a country, as a state, as a county, as a city, as an HOA, and that we can find it within ourselves to disagree with people and still love them. At any rate, I hope you have a great Tuesday. I hope you find peace, love, and dream. Till next time, ciao.